Have you ever felt like your heart was whispering, "It's the one"? Well, I was there too. I felt like he was the perfect one. Like there's no one else like him. But then I've come to realize something. That not everything is perfect. Nothing is perfect, actually. Some people call love a drug. Some people call it a journey. But I prefer to call it an experience. An experience where you get to see a lot of different kind of people, a chance to experience some emotions, and also a door you were once afraid to open because you were never heartbroken before. I've opened that door twice in my life with the same person. Well, that's a mistake I would love you guys not to do, because sometimes we do things that we think are right using our hearts, even though our minds are like, no, a million no. We tend to ignore the warning signs because we think that something good will happen, as if we're going into a tunnel with a lot of warning signs and we're expecting to see the light at the end of it. No, that's not how it works. And I had to learn that the hard way. I've lived in a fantasy for over a year now. I'm not saying that the guy I was with was manipulating me or gaslighting me or anything like that. No, not at all. We were both oblivious, young, and inexperienced. And we ended up hurting each other so badly. Personally, I'm happy because we ended up things so good that even the heartbreak didn't feel that bad. And of course, I am not in contact with that person anymore because I don't want to go in circles, and that's something I wish you guys should do too, because when you separate with someone, you separated for a reason. You didn't separate just because you wanted to. No, not at all. That's why when you decide to leave, then there's no going back. That's a lesson I was taught by my best friend, because she's amazing. She's an amazing person. She's smart. She's emotionally smart and also sweet at the same time. So she knows what she's saying. And when we ended things, me and that person, she was my support, and she showed me that I didn't love myself at the first place. So how could I love someone if I didn't love myself first? I saw that whenever I was with that person, it was always about him. It was never about me, never about what I wanted. It's not like he didn't let me do what I want to do. No, it was me who stopped myself from doing the things I want, from imagining how I would be in the future. I stopped working on myself and I directed my whole energy. Oh my god, dogs. Anyway, I stopped working on myself and I directed my whole energy toward that person, because that's how much I loved that person. And that's actually a mistake, because once you're not focused on yourself, once you don't give yourself the value you deserve, no one else would. Because we're humans, we read body signs, we read looks. Our unconscious minds can read these things, but we don't realize it. So when you see someone and you be like, oh my god, that person is amazing, I love their aura, I love their confidence, it's because they are confident in real life. They see themselves as confident, and they don't wait for someone else to validate that. They validate themselves because they know their worth. And that's what I did after the breakup, actually. I started to work on myself. I felt a lot better. Actually, it took me a week of a light depression. Can I call it that? Anyway, I was sad. I was feeling alone. But thanks to my best friend, I would never forget this. I would never forget what she did for me, even though it was her midterm exam preparation period. So she literally threw away everything just to be with me, just to give me emotional support, just to help me regain my confidence that I've lost. And now I am in a better place, a lot better, because now I love myself. And just 2 weeks after the breakup, I successfully healed, because I based my healing period or my healing phase on what matters the most. Me, not anyone else. Because I was the one who needed to move on. I was the one who needed to heal. I was the one who needed to learn how to love myself, not someone else, because I believe that no one can teach you how to love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you can't give love. Does that make sense? If you don't love yourself, you cannot give love. So love should come from within. And when it comes from within, people who love themselves would magically appear in your life. For example, I was passing my driver's license test, where you drive the car and everything. And there, I met a guy. I saw him from afar when he was also like doing his thing, passing his tests and stuff. At the end, all the candidates sat together and we kept talking. And I noticed that he was paying attention to what I said. And after we finished everything, he was like, I like your confidence. I like how you speak. I like how you're so outgoing, so happy. So when I started to believe in myself, I started to be confident again. People around me felt that too. Because why would a stranger come up to me and tell me this? What would they benefit from that? You know what I mean? I don't think we would ever meet again, but I was happy that someone showed me that the road I took was the right one. So, if you're a man or a woman, if love doesn't come from within, from the inside, it's just lost. In that case, we are just chasing something that we've been yearning for and thinking that it's love. No, because from what I've learned, love is a choice. Love is not a feeling that lasts forever and magically does not disappear. No, love is a decision to stay with someone, regardless of their flaws, regardless of the differences between you guys, but you feel that, you can build a life with that person. You want to stay because you have that will to stay with that person. And that person should also want the same. You should have the commitment, and also that person should have commitment, so that you both could work things together. Because love is not fantasy. Love was never a beautiful story. Love is actually a struggle. It's a hard thing to maintain, but it's a beautiful tree that can give you a lot of blessings later on. So, in order for you to harvest the fruits of love, you should work hard. One more thing. Whenever you feel that something is wrong, it's not just a normal sign. It's your unconscious mind that tells you something is wrong. The red flags are there. And please, I'm begging you, do not at all ignore those signs, because if you ignore to see a red flag, another red flag will appear. If you don't keep up your boundaries, someone will cross them. Someone will destroy them. And you will be in a weak position where you can't protect yourself because your boundaries are broken. Always believe your gut, because as I said previously, our minds read other people. We know when we know. That was it, guys. Thank you so much for listening and also watching, for the people who are watching, not just listening to the audio. Thank you so much for giving me your time. I hope I helped, and I hope I guided you and helped you by sharing my own thoughts about love. And thank you so much. See you guys.